Senior-directed stories. Adaptations of children's stories directed by ERHS Seniors.
Emerald Ridge Theater presents The Frog Princess, adapted from the Frog Prince fairy tale by the Brothers Grimm, directed by Garrett Dody. Special thanks to Mrs. Tavern's first grade classroom for the drawings and illustrations for this show.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land full of wishes and magic, there was a lovely kingdom. The queen was loved, and her family was just as beloved by the people. Her daughter, the princess, was by far the most adored of all. She was so kind and wise. She treated her people fairly and with kindness, and there were no troubles or worries to be had. That was until one day an evil witch came to the castle to see the queen and her daughter.
You and your people have been happy for far too long. It's time for a change. I know how loved your precious daughter is by the people. Let's see how they'll do without her.
With a loud bang, the princess and the witch had vanished, leaving nothing behind but the dear princess's crown. As the news spread across the kingdom, the citizens were deeply saddened. Their days seemed less joyful and fun. Without the princess, they had an empty place in their heart. The queen sat in her castle all day, crying over her daughter's disappearance and hoping that one day she would return. In this time, the witch had taken the princess to her hut, deep in the dark forest.
Please, madam, let me go. I want to see my mother and be with my people again.
Hush now, princess. Let me work.
The witch was known for her wicked spells and potions. For the princess, she had a very special plan in mind. In her cauldron, she threw in the mushroom of an ancient tree, the tear of a dragon, and most importantly, the wart of a frog.
Princess, I see that my company is not to your liking, so I suppose you may go, on one condition.
Oh, thank you. Of course, I'll do anything.
Very well then. You see, I've recently started cooking, and I was wondering if you could try this soup I've been working on.
Well, I suppose I can do that. After I take a sip, do you promise to free me?
Why, of course, my dearie.
The princess was excited by the thought of being able to go home and made her way over to the cauldron with a smile. She picked up the spoon and took a sip. The princess felt ill immediately and started to turn green. The soup was absolutely horrible.
Well, how was it, my sweetie?
Oh my, I don't feel so good.
The witch cackled. The princess had fallen into her trap. In a puff of smoke, the princess had transformed into a frog.
What have you done to me? I'm a frog.
That was no soup. That was a magic potion, you silly girl. The magic will only wear off with true love's kiss. I may be a witch, but I am a witch of my word. I shall set you free.
The witch let the princess go. The princess hopped for a while, crying at her misfortune, until she came upon a field with a nice little pond. The field that the princess had taken to be her new home belonged to a young farmer. He was no more than a simple peasant, living off the milk and cheeses from his cows and making rough yet cozy clothes from the wool of his sheep. He had been given the farm by his mother, who had sadly passed away the previous year. He lived a happy life, yet even he was saddened by the princess's disappearance. He had sold her cheeses and milk a few times before, and she was always kind to him. He had wanted to help find her, but he had to take care of his animals, so he continued on with his tasks.
Wow, these cows are getting harder to herd each day. The sheep, too. You'd think they'd hurry to the field so that they can lay in the sun and eat grass. Oh well, at least the extra effort helps me keep from worrying about the poor princess. Ooh, it's hot. I need to get some water.
The farmer walked over to the pond in his field to take a break and sat down to rest.
Hello.
The farmer was startled. He looked around, only to find no one.
Huh, that's odd. I bet it was just the wind.
Oh no, it wasn't the wind, I assure you.
The farmer jumped up again to see no one except for a small green frog staring back at him.
Did you just talk to me? No, you couldn't have. You're just a frog.
I did talk to you. I'm no ordinary frog. I was cursed by the witch in the dark forest.
Oh my, I'm so sorry. That woman has caused nothing but trouble for our kingdom. She even took the princess.
Ah, yes. I heard a thing or two about that.
Is there any way we might be able to break the spell?
The witch told me true love's kiss is the only way, but frankly, I don't know if I can. I think I need to rest for a while.
Well, if you're going to stay here for a while, I can bring you some berries each day when I bring my animals out here to graze. That way you won't have to eat bugs. Besides, I'm sure you would like a bit of company. I know I would.
Why, that would be brilliant. Thank you, kind farmer.
So the princess stayed in the pond for a while, trying to contemplate her problem. After all, true love isn't the easiest thing to find. Besides, she had come to enjoy spending time with the young farmer. While she was thinking, the farmer came each day with fresh berries for the princess.
Here you go. I brought you some blackberries.
Why, thank you.
He would sit with her for hours talking to her. Over time, they became closer to each other, and eventually they felt some form of security in each other's presence. Not wanting her to get cold, he even helped her build a small tent out of leaves and sticks and made her a small blanket from the wool of his sheep. The farmer recognized that he cared deeply for this frog and became sadder each day, wanting more than anything to help her. The farmer's growing sadness started to become more apparent to the princess.
What's wrong, farmer? You seem to be sadder each time you see me.
Yes, I have been. It started to become harder to see you like this.
I understand how sad it may be, but the truth is, I'm happy spending time with you.
I love spending time with you as well, but I want to spend time with the real you.
Oh?
I'm sorry if that's rude. I care about you. I feel happy when I'm with you, and I want to help you figure this out.
The truth was, the princess had known that she would be able to break the curse. In fact, in some way, she knew that the reason she didn't tell the farmer who she was in the first place was so she could get to know him. Her true love.
It's not rude at all. In fact, there is a way you can help. You see, I've come to realize that I love you. You are my true love. I just need to know if you love me too.
The farmer was shocked and had to take some time to think.
I'm her true love? Perhaps that's why I've grown so close to her, because I love her too. In fact, I know this to be true. I feel so happy with her, and I feel like I can tell her all about me, and even if she is a frog right now, I think I'm safe with her. I do. As odd as it may be, I love you too.
Then, would you mind if I kissed you?
Not at all.
The princess hopped up and gave the farmer a kiss, and with a poof, the princess stood where the frog once was.
Wait, you were the princess all along? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, but I had an odd feeling not to, and I suppose now it was wanting to spend time with you. You make me happy, and I wanted you to love me for me, not my crown.
I understand. Well, we should go to the castle. The people and your mother will be so overjoyed to see you, as I am now.
That would be absolutely perfect.
The princess and the farmer traveled to the castle that very day. When they arrived, the queen no longer cried tears of sadness, but tears of happiness and relief. The people were just as happy, and they celebrated the return of their beloved princess. The princess and the farmer were happier than they had ever been now that they had each other. The couple found the witch in her hut and forgave her for what she did. After all, without the wicked witch, they never would have gotten to know each other as well as they had. Touched by their kindness, the witch promised to never bring sadness to the kingdom again. After a while, the princess had a very important question to ask the one she loved.
Would you do me the honor of becoming my prince?
My princess, I would want nothing more.
And they lived happily ever after.